Yaga yo, people. Mr. Browne here, your host for the Stay on Your Feet podcast. Joined by Big Delvin today, my co host. We'll be running down the Premier League awards with a little twist and also be giving our score predictions on the last game of the season. So, we've got lots to talk about. We're going to get straight into it today. We know that a few awards have obviously been given out. The Young Player Award's been announced. The Player of the Season's been announced. The Golden Glove winner has been announced. But there's still plenty more up for grabs. So Delvin,
Yo,
my bro. So the Player of the Season is Phil Foden. Agree? Disagree? Anyone
yeah,
else?
I kind of agree with that. To be fair, like I still think he's kind of hard done by Pep because whenever KDB comes back, he gets shoved onto the wing again. Where I think he's just most effective in the centre. I think he's got a lot more energy than KDB because KDB's legs are kind of gone now. You never know
Yeah,
when that guy's going to be injured.
I agree. Me personally, my player of the season probably would have been Aston Villa's star striker Ollie Watkins. Absolutely done bits, but I completely understand why Foden's won it. And to be fair, I think he's got 2 hat tricks this season.
Yeah,
16 goals, 8 assists, or something like that. You know, the numbers speak for itself. He's been doing it consistently as well for a minute. So I think player of the season rightfully goes to Phil Foden. The young player of the season was announced yesterday.
yeah,
Chelsea's lifeline, fair to
yeah,
say, Mr. Cold Palmer.
yeah. I think that's right as well. To be fair, like
Yeah, I agree.
if Chelsea had it as like he's obviously just shone. He's shone like his first full season, and he's got like what? He's got 27 goals in all competitions and 14 assists in all competitions this season.
Yeah, he's got 22 goals in the league
Yeah,
at the moment. How many assists has he got?
I
He's
think
got
it's
a fair
11.
amount of assists as well. Yeah,
It's like 27 and 14 in all competitions, which is like for a first
yeah,
season.
he's got 10 assists. Yeah, it's
Not
madness, absolute
not,
madness.
not even a striker. Not even a
Yeah,
striker, and he's doing numbers like that. Fair, like people might say, yeah, he does take penalties, but like who doesn't take penalties nowadays? Like there's like everyone on that top scoring list is a penalty taker, bar maybe two.
the thing
Salah,
is, yeah, people play down penalties so much. Do you know how hard it is to step up
yeah,
on a big stage when no one else wants to and take that penalty and slot it and not score it, but do it consistently game after game? That's not easily done, bro.
no,
We've seen the backlash of when you miss a penalty.
yeah,
Yeah, we've
definitely.
seen the English boys get ridiculed for missing penalties, and now we're playing down penalties years later. Which one
Yeah,
is it, man? Like you can't have it both ways. And I think stepping up, taking a penalty is not easy for anyone on
no,
any
it's
on
not.
any stage, on any level. So like we're not I'm not trying to hear that, he's only got 10 penalties, so what? All right, cool, take the 10 penalties away. He still has an amazing first season. So
And he's
rightly
still not,
so, young
and
player of the season.
he's not missed one of those penalties.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't. And that's what I'm saying, bro. It's not easy to step up and take a penalty. We've probably both been in that situation where we've had to step up and
Really,
take a penalty.
I've
And
missed.
it's
I've missed.
so easy to scuff it. It's so easy to put it over the bar. It's so
Yeah,
easy just to overthink it, man. My man just steps up, takes a breath, cool, comfortable, cold, bang, every single time, man. But my only question with him is, can he do it next season? Because now the eyes are going to be watching him. You know what I mean? Certain people are gonna know how he's playing now, what to expect from him. So
I think
it's
I
a,
think
I mean,
you can never really like tell what a player's going to do really unless you sort of like try and double up on that player. And I don't see many teams trying to do that to him. To be fair,
yeah. And
because
I
he's
think
done.
that's what's happened with Saka as well. I think, Saka had, 2 amazing seasons where he put up good numbers and then everyone started doubling up on him. And
I
now
think
he's still putting up good numbers, but performance wise, he's been isolated, man. He hasn't been half the play he's been over the last 2 seasons. But again,
I think
England's
he's
youngsters, mate, Foden, Palmer, and Saka it's mad. It's
yeah.
mad.
But I think it's a bit different for Saka where Cole Palmer gets like free reign of doing what he wants to do,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
Saka kind of he sticks to the wing basically.
Yeah, he's very a system set up player, I think,
Yeah,
with Saka, but that's not down to him. It's down to the team, down to the
yeah,
manager. But once he has that that free roam, that free will to go and do what he wants, I feel like he'll consistently do what he's been doing and hopefully add to his game as well. So
yeah.
rightly so, I think Cole Palmer and Foden are the correct winners for
Yeah,
those awards.
I think it'd just be
Um,
interesting to see who be interesting to see who Chelsea bring in the summer, or if they actually do bring anyone in over the summer.
Knowing Chelsea, they probably will. They
Mm.
probably will. They probably got deals done already and just haven't announced it. Knowing them, Okay, so moving on. So like I said, we're doing the Premier League awards, but we're doing it with our own little twist. So we've got a few little added ones that we want to get into. The first one is the Underachiever Award. That can go to a player or a team. Delvin,
I
you
think the
pick
whole of
first.
the Man United team, the owners, anything that's involved with Man United, that it has to go down to that. Teams run like a fucking Sunday league team, and it just pisses me off.
Ah, boy, you know what? I can't disagree. I can't disagree. Yeah, I
To be
think the
fair,
whole of United is, yeah.
I kind of guess I've kind of got less attached to it this season. To be fair, like I just know what to expect. Like what where I think the worst thing for us last season was coming third and winning the Carabao Cup, because
Yeah,
now it's
yeah,
giving this geezer a license to carry on playing trash football with no sort of like no direction, no style, just kick ball, gong ho, everyone do what you want,
kick,
do what you
kick
want.
ball and rush.
Yeah, basically,
Literally.
just kick ball
Kick
and
and
rush.
rush it, man.
And you got so many deluded dickheads on that content makers that I think saying like
Name him, man. Name and shame him,
like
man.
fucking what's that blonde girl from that Man United TV that just constantly like says
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I can't remember her
Ten
name.
Hag, and
Is it Abby?
then I don't even know. Not Annie. Annie's all right, to be fair. I actually enjoy her content, to be fair. It's just
Okay.
it's the next one on Man United. It's a Man United TV, but it's like, and then there's I can't remember the other guy's name, and he's saying like get behind them. Not as if I can't remember his name, but he's just always
Oh,
saying get
yeah,
behind.
that Weasel Goldbridge as well, man. Mark Goldbridge. Oh my days, bro. He's a waffler and a half.
Do you know what? I'm not that fussed about Goldbridge, because it's just like it's just in one ear and just out the other, and I just
Out the
don't
other.
like.
Nah, I hear it.
He's fickle. He changes his opinion as the week goes by. Basically, I've never like he says one thing and then like 2 weeks later he'll say another thing. So
Mm.
I just don't really pay attention to anyone like him.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't pay
I
attention
don't
to
blame
anyone
you.
like him. Yeah, apart from that, the only one I actually like kind of agree with is Rance. Like I actually sort of like agree with most of it.
Yeah. Big up Rance. Yeah, he's
Sometimes he
decent.
goes a bit too far, but other times like you kind of like see where he's coming from, so you can actually understand. And people might say, "Oh, it's negative," but the way that the club is run and the way that the manager is and the way that we play football is negative. So that negative brings negative.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And sometimes, like, listen, like, you guys have been showing no consistency at all this
There's no
season.
consistency.
It's
Even
just been a
when
madness from start to finish, upside down. Like from this whole like Sancho stuff to Rashford stuff to the press not being in the conferences and coming out and just saying certain things. Anthony's antics off on and off the pitch. It's just been
it's just
it's been a madness, bro. There's just been too much to even take in all
yeah,
in one season, bro. And you got
like
obviously new owners coming in now and whatnot. So hopefully there will be some changes next season. There has to be, man, because you guys can't carry on like this.
yeah, I like we need to sell Anthony. He needs to go. I don't care what anyone says. He needs to
Mm,
go. He needs to.
mm.
Someone needs to
Yeah.
pack his bags and send him on his way. Um, and like I think Ten Hag needs to go, because like if I had a player like Rashford that was underperforming, you take him to a corner, you put your arm around him, you go like, "What's up?" Like, is it me?
Mm.
Is it the club? Is it home life? What?
What
Tell
can
me
we do to help?
how can I help you get back to the
Yeah,
form you was in last season?
that's it. That's it.
How
I
can
agree, man.
I just don't think he's a very much. And some deluded like some guy called Fergie saying that a Ten Hag develops players, develop young players. Develop what? What star? like people like Garnacho, like he's good, he's got talent, but he's 80% of his like decision making is trash.
Mm,
Like that, he'll get into good positions, he'll dribble past people, and then that last part, he'll just you're just thinking, what the fuck was that? And it's thinking you could have had the easy option, and I
mm,
think,
mm, mm.
and he's not developed. He's not developed from like last season, basically. Like Kobe, he, I think he's just another raw talent, but he's like, I don't think is he. Sometimes I think is he a starter or is he just a starter because we have no other players in that certain quality about. Like I think he's still got a lot to
Mm.
learn. Like his positioning and where he needs to be at sometimes is
Yeah.
like sometimes it's great and sometimes it kind of lacks. So it's one of those things basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
I still think, like you said, he's young, he's 18, he's only just come to the game, he's raw. There's still a lot for him to learn in it. And I think there is a
yeah,
player there and a lot of potential. But again, it's hard to tell because obviously the players that are around him and the rest of the team have been pretty shit. But
yeah,
just to wrap
yeah,
it up on that one, because I mean we're on time. I'm gonna try and move on. But yeah, I think the underachievers has to go to United this season. It's
yeah.
been shit. The next category is the Overachiever Award. Who does that go to?
To me, it goes to Villa. It goes to Villa. Like
Yeah, I
um,
agree.
they didn't. If you told me that they would be in top, they would be top four at the beginning of the season. Most man would have laughed at them. Most man would have laughed in your face.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they're there with about a game to spare. They're there
yeah.
first Champions League in about what is it 14 years, something like that, 14 or something.
I think it's like 40 years. 40 years. I think it's like 41
40
years or
years.
something like that.
I think it was like the 80s the last time they got Champions League.
Yeah, man. I wasn't alive. You might have been in diapers and nappies, but I don't remember it. But yeah, hats off to Villa. I think they've done amazing this season. Top four. I think they
Yeah,
got to. Did they get to the semis of the Europa
yeah, they got
Confederation?
to the semis. I kind of
Semis.
like
Yeah,
disappointed that they lost to someone like Olympiacos.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was a bit
I
sort of like
mean,
it's a
back
bit
again
like
though. They're back in the Champions League, man. Level up. I think they've had some outstanding performances this season. You could say they stopped Arsenal's title winning season this season. Maybe we'll see.
Can you say that?
Um, I'm just saying, in it, like it was a vital.
I
They
think
got a vital victory against Arsenal at a vital point in the season, and I think ever since then, we've just been backtracking. We've just been trying to play catch up and just stay in it. Because if we didn't, let's say we got a point or got a win there, our position would be completely different now. The outlook of
yeah,
the league would be looking different. Would be 2 points ahead of City and not 1 point or 2 points behind them. So again, we can go back and forth with that one, but I think it's easy to agree that the overachievers have definitely been Villa. But we'll see what happens with the title. We'll get into that. The next category is best manager. Who has been the best manager of 23-24 season?
best manager 23-24 season.
Can I add something though? I
Go
do
on.
feel like this one here, this award particularly, I think it does. We have to take in consideration that who wins the title. I
Yeah,
think
but I think like I can't really say Pep because it's to me it's just a normal run of the mill thing for him basically. Right,
just
he's just
business as usual, isn't it?
if he wasn't in top three, then you kind of think like, and I just think it's just kind of just silly trying to give it. When people just want to give it to him. I just find it's like it is not. It's not. When you try and give it to Pep, like he's just run of the mill thing. He's not done anything sort of different or been extra special this season. He's not made like life changing subs. He's done the same thing he's done last season. He might have added a couple of players.
I think signing and Doku was quite good. I think he's been had a decent season.
Yeah,
I think
he's
you
still
got to
young.
remember, they're in the FA Cup final. They're still challenging for the title. They got to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. It's still a very good season, man. For
still
Man
good.
City. I know it's
still
not compared to the treble season they had previously, but they're still in and around, the cups and the trophies and whatnot. So I think Pep I think he's still a good shout.
Yeah,
maybe.
I said, I
feel
like
Unai
it.
Emery is a good shout. Mikel Arteta is a good shout.
Yeah,
I think, just throwing this out there, a bit of a hot take or whatever you want to call it. I think Sean Dice for Everton?
yeah,
Mate, I think he's done wonders at Everton this season, man. Especially after the points deductions they've had, and still nowhere near relegation and whatnot. They don't have an amazing team full of talent and whatnot, but they've got the job done. They've won the last 5 games. I think he's quietly done a decent job at Everton, man. I wouldn't give it to him, but I think he would be a shout for a nomination.
Yeah. It's a tough one, to be fair. Like it's just like I kind of like sometimes with Arteta, I think sometimes yes, but then he makes some stupid subs.
I think he just overthinks things and overtweaks things sometimes. But I do feel like he is learning. He is learning to have confidence and just sticking to something that's not broken in a sense. But
yeah, like I think
again, this is why I say it is down to let's see who wins the league, and then we can see who deserves it.
No, yeah, but I kind of think still like it might be Emery, to be fair, because like I said, what he's done with that team is kind of been wonders.
Yeah,
like, where he took him from like where Gerrard had them, like in the gutter, and then within the season and a half, he's taken them to like quarterfinals of a conference league, and then Champions League. And then he's kind of building something, to be fair. So anyone who's going to step after that is going to be it's going to be sort of like it's going to be a tough break.
It is. If they can, if they can bring in some more players, some decent signers, man, they would be challenging top 4 again next season. I think
they're going to get Elise, to be fair.
Let's hope not.
Why?
We're gonna get on. Now, do you know what it is? I'm a big fan of Elise, but I don't know if his. I think we've obviously spoke about this briefly before, innit? It's just his availability for me. That's what it is. That's the only question.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think it would work out well for him. Sort of like Villa, because they got Diaby, they got Bailey, who's kind of coming on a bit now.
Yeah,
and I think it would be. I think in developing him as a player for the next couple of years, Villa would be the right spot for him. Because he want to be a starter, which he can't really disagree on. Like he said, he's told someone that I know that he wants to be a starter, and then I think so. Like Villa would be the right progression for him for the next couple of years, and then see where he's at in the next couple of years after that, basically. Because still, like I said, his availability, his injury hasn't been great this season. His injury has never been great this season. So basically, the games that he played
do you know what the flip side of that is? When he's played, he's either contributed a goal or assist.
Yeah, definitely.
You're always talking about a good performance from him, and that's the other thing. That's the other side of it we have to think about as well. The other side of the coin. Yeah, I know he's not available 30 games, but you're going to get 15, 20 good games out of him, and sometimes that's enough. But again, we'll have to see. But I want to talk more on Elise shortly. But the next category I just want to touch on quickly. Who has been the best signing this summer or this year? There's been a few. And I think this is a hard category to pick, to be fair.
I think so. Like you can obviously say Declan Rice, but you kind of expected that. Like when people say Declan Rice, I've expected that, so I don't really see that as anything out of the ordinary. Like I always like to look for something that's not meant to be. Like you say,
Yeah.
like if Declan Rice didn't do well for 100 odd million when he was like running things at West Ham, then you kind of think, oof. But I kind of like I've never expected nothing less, if that makes sense.
Yeah. The expectations there for Declan Rice has always been high. But I do feel like he has added another level to his game in terms of his goals, contributions, his assists. He's more of a box to box midfielder now, driving
Yeah.
forward.
So,
He's still showing the same leadership qualities he had at West Ham. He's still being, that anchor man. He's still that, high spirits. Don't let anyone sink, man. And I think that defensive triangle with him, Saliba, Rice, and Gabriel has been immense. And I think Odegaard now will be able to push on now, knowing that he's got the confidence of Rice sitting in behind, just clearing up. And then even behind that, you've got Gabriel and Saliba clearing up there. So now I think Rice has that other level now, has made Arsenal go up another level as well. So I think there is a shout for
I think
Rice. But again, like you said, I agree with you. The levels have always been high. The expectations have always been high for Rice. And some people are saying send extra money to West Ham for him. Again, it's a bit too much for me, but 105 mil is looking like a good buy. And
it's a good buy.
a worthy nomination for signing of the season.
Cole
Palmer.
Cole
Another
Palmer.
one.
He didn't expect. He was one that he didn't expect. Like I
Yeah.
expected him to be maybe a handful of goals, a handful of assists, but he didn't expect him to be running the show at Chelsea like he has been basically.
Literally been Chelsea's lifeline since he's been there. He's just breathed everything he touches in there. It's just turned to gold. And he's been amazing. He's been amazing. So definitely a shout for Cole Palmer to be signing off the season, and especially for 40 mil. 40 mil, absolute bargain, bro.
Who else? There was another signing that was quite low.
I liked one for me. I think he was 43 mil. Mohamed Kudus to West Ham.
Yeah, he was.
It was a very good buy.
I think I think people might say, "Oh no," but I think even Nicholas Jackson was a pretty good signing. Like he's got what has he got? He's got 15 goals, and he was what did he cost? 34 million.
Yeah.
And
man call him Nicholas Jackson the comedian, bro. They're not saying that anymore.
Don't get me wrong. He's got a lot to learn. Like when you watch him, like his off-ball running is like his off-ball running
on the eye. He's awful to watch. He's awful to watch, but he has had. I don't think he's great to watch, but in terms of the eye test and whatnot, the quality. But I do feel like there is a player there, and he has got some decent numbers, and he's turned it around and stayed consistent, even though he's been ridiculed all season, bro. So hats off to Nicholas Jackson.
If you watch him, his runs behind the defence are great. It's like sometimes he has got that flair, but sometimes his first touch lets him down. Sometimes, all the time.
I like is it Madayuki? I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. Yeah. I like him. I think he's got some talent. I think there's a player there, man, with him. So I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm looking forward to see what Chelsea do next season because I've been on their backs. I've been on their backs all season. So I'm looking forward to see how they turn it around because they've got a few players there that have slowly turning their seasons around and showing that they have got some talent, man. And Jackson is definitely one of them. So I think that's a good nomination for him. Good shout. But we've got to pick one. Who's it got to go to?
For me, it's got to go for Cole. I don't know. I think I might just have to go to Declan Rice, to be fair. Especially if you win the league tomorrow. If you win the league tomorrow, he's obviously he's added that extra dimension because Partey's just been off ill most of the season.
Yeah.
And I think he kind of just adds that extra dimension. Like when he's in number 6 or number 8, he adds something different. Like
yeah,
he's got that athletic. I think you just need to if you're gonna get rid of Partey this season, you need to add to it. You need to add maybe another number 6 or another energetic number 8.
Yeah, I agree,
I think
100%.
I think it should be at number 6 because I think like Declan's like ball carrying quality is something that you kind of miss when you haven't got the number when he plays in the number 6.
Yeah. I agree. I'm gonna give it to. I'm gonna give it to Declan Rice as well, man.
Yeah.
I think Cole Palmer. I think that's the easy pick. I
Yeah.
think that's the easy pick, and he's already won an award. So let's give it to someone else. I think Declan Rice is. I don't think anyone can complain at Declan Rice.
No, I don't think they can. To be
Signing
fair,
of the season. The worst signing of the
worst
season.
signing has to be either Onana. I don't care what anyone can tell me. Onana or Onana, and I can't really think of anyone else. To be fair.
Mm,
Uh-huh. Or Mason Mount because where has he been? 65 million for like what 3 games? For like 3 games. I mean, maybe his game to goal ratio is good because he's got to score like 1 goal in like 5 games, but
yeah,
not
it's
played.
been
He's not
mad.
played. Like
What about what's his name? Is it a Turkish brother that plays in midfield for you guys?
who? Amrabat.
Amrabat.
Do you know what?
Is he a permanent deal or is he on a loan?
He's on a loan, but do you know what? He's not been bad. Do you know what it was? He's been injured and then he hasn't played in his position. He played left back for like most of the season, and he's not a left back. And the few games that he has played in his position, he towards the end of the season against like Liverpool, he was good. Against you man, he was against Arsenal, he was decent. Newcastle, he was good.
Shift.
Like, but he just hasn't. That's the first time he's played in number 6 position, basically. And like the last time he did play against it was with alongside Casemiro, and Casemiro's been washed this season. Like he gave you man the goal. Let's be honest.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Man was walking out the fence like it was Sunday league.
Bro, he was walking like he was our attacker up there, fam, or something.
Yeah.
He was mad. But no, I agree. It's probably got to be a United's player again. They've underachieved so much, so it's hard to give it to anyone else. I would probably say Mason Mount or Onana again.
Yeah. You can't really see past them two, really.
I know, right? It's very hard to, man. But yeah, we'll give it to a joint one. It's Mount and Onana. We'll give it to both of them.
People try and say Casado, but like he's not played bad, but he's getting used to a new team. And like,
I mean, I think Casado because yes, I know you can't pick his price tag.
Yeah,
but the price tag that he came with and the performances that he put out at Brighton was a madness. And then you had a bidding war between like what is it? Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal were all wanted him. And then on the day, what did he do? Like wasn't he on his way to sign for Liverpool?
No. Brighton accepted accepted 115 million from Liverpool. They expected the bid, but he turned around and said, "Look, I don't want to go to Liverpool. I've already said like I'll go to Chelsea if they came in with the right offer for Brighton," and they accepted. So
and then that whole facade there, and then not to really perform.
I don't think. I just think
it's been Chelsea as a whole.
I think it's more down to the team, more down to the manager, more down to sort of like the tactics and the way you play, really. Because obviously Brighton was like they do play attacking football, and they are well organised when it comes to defensive matters. It's just like I think like I said, it's more the Chelsea setup rather than Casado. He has been playing a lot better recently. They haven't lost now for like was it 6 games since you man mashed them up.
I think that turned some switch on inside there. I don't know what happened, mate, but they've been flying since then. What I was gonna say was I'd probably give it to Mason Mount or Onana for that. We'll move on to off Chelsea now. The biggest no. The next award is Street Baller, Street Awards.
Street
Like
Awards.
just a baller that, as you know, you just feel like has been balling out. You could see playing five or side, seven aside, and just killing it on the streets. And
I say Eze.
I was gonna say, someone like Eze, someone like Elise, someone that's just, just full of tricks and magic. Basically, I'd think, I'd give it to Elise, to be fair, because I've seen him run through teams this season. Had man sitting down on it's mad.
Yeah, I think Neto as well. Neto's been quality.
Yeah, Neto's he's been good as well. But he's been hit with a few injuries again this season as well, hasn't he?
A few injuries.
But yeah, I'd probably say Eze or Elise on that one. And I think that about rounds up our awards.
Yeah.
This season. So yeah, the next episode is going to be the score predictions of match week 38.
I think half them man are giving up now, to be fair.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams have tapped out after they've done their award ceremonies this week. That's thinking like, that's me done. And they're probably booking their holidays in Dubai and Saudi and where else he's not going.
Casemiro's already in what you call it, in Abu Dhabi or Qatar, wherever they're going.
It wouldn't surprise me. All right, so cool. The second half of the show is match week 38 score predictions. So we're gonna kick it off with Arsenal v Everton. Big game at the Emirates. What is your score prediction?
I can't see 3-1. 3-1, 3. I see it's 3-1, 3-1 Arsenal. Like, I kind of think Everton have nothing. They're safe now. They've got. They're in that safe zone. I think that it's not going to be. They don't need to do anything really to save their hide. Even the points taken off, they've past the 40 point mark. So I think they're kind of going to be not too. I think there might be a few men there that obviously want to sort of like make their mark for the Euros. But apart from that, I can't really see.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And obviously, you man will be on gas mark 9. So
we certainly will. We certainly will be. We've got everything to play for. Like you said, Everton are not really playing for. Not playing. They're not in a relegation battle. They're not contending for the title. They're not in Europe. It's just another game. It's the last game for them. But again, I'm sure they want to finish on a high. And like I said, previously in the show, they've been on a good run of games. I'm sure they want to keep that form going as well. And again, like you said, man, who wants to go Germany? I'm sure they all want to. Well, the English players want to get on there. But yeah, I do you know what? I see us, as much as we're going to be up for it, I do feel like we may go a goal down, and that's what's going to make us play, and then that's when we're going to just 3-1 quickly. I think we might go 1-0 down and then come back and just
I think it could even be more, because you man will just want to like hammer that point across in terms of sort of like goal difference and so forth.
Yeah, 100%, because that's what could be
the leading factor. Like you 1 point ahead of 1 goal ahead of City at the minute.
Yeah. I think it's 2 points and a goal that separates the two.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be an Arsenal win. It has to be an Arsenal win. The next game kicking off will be Brentford at home to Newcastle. This is a little bit. This setup's a little bit different, because obviously Newcastle are playing for European football.
Yeah.
You just obviously United just beat them, so they're going to want to bounce back and keep the pressure on Obviously on Chelsea, who are 3 points above them. Shut my phone. I see this as a difficult game to call, to be fair. But I'm gonna go for a Newcastle win. 2-1 to Newcastle against Brentford.
Yeah, I see it. It's gonna go. Gordon's on fire at the minute.
Anthony Gordon, yeah, he's been playing well.
Even though Ahmad was rasting him up the other night, they had to swing him about.
He was.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, and then I just think Brentford have been a bit quiet lately. To be fair, and Ivan Toney's been really quiet. I don't think he's really.
It's all about at the moment with Brentford. It's all about Wissa and Mbemo.
Yeah.
I think it's like them two at the moment. But
apart
take nothing away from Tony. He's been good. I think he's. We came back and he done a few bits, but what to expect, man. 8-9 months out of football is a long time to be without a football, isn't it? But we'll get on to Tony and Brentford next season. I'm sure they'll bounce back. Tony may get a big move in the summer. We'll see what happens with that one. But Brentford have been quite quiet, man, and I do feel like Newcastle have got more to play for. They're going to want to bounce back. So I just feel like it's just a routine victory for them.
Yeah, definitely 100. It's definitely going to be a routine thing.
Next game is Man United are traveling to Brighton.
Yeah, it's going to be 3-1 or 3-2 to Brighton. To be fair,
3-1 or 3-2 to Brighton.
Yeah, I just feel like with it. I don't think we're going to put out a full strength side. We've got FA Cup in the next weekend in mind.
Yeah.
Like, we've got nothing else to play for. So it's like we're already basically. Are we? I don't think we're in Europe. Are we? It's 8th conference.
I think 7th is conference.
Yeah, and I think obviously, like, if we win the FA Cup.
However, but because if you do win the FA Cup, I think that does give us another position
in Europa.
Yeah. So yeah, you could get it.
I don't even want us to get any Europe this season. I just want us to just I think Europe would probably hinder us more than anything else. Right.
Yeah.
I think.
I agree with that. I agree, and I think
it'd be a good learning curve because then obviously we lose money, but I think it's just a teaching that we fucking need. To be fair.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna go for a Brighton win as well. Then I think. Yeah. Burnley. This fixture here is awful. This is awful. 19th place Burnley v 16th place Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
Now that is a relegation, even though Burnley have been relegated already.
Yeah, that's just going to be another. I think they're going to put out they're going to put out what you call it, aren't they? They're going to put out massive. They're not going to put out a massive team. They're just going to put out. I feel that they put out some reserve players and whatnot just to get the run of the legs. And I think obviously there's the few players there that want to try and get into England squad. We'll definitely try and get that.
Yeah, I mean it's the last game that they're going to be playing in the Premier League, so I'm sure they're gonna want to try and go out with some sort of pride at least, man. And even if they don't get the result, let's hope they put on a good performances because not only have they had some shit results, they played shocking as well, bro. Like Sheffield and Burnley have been shit. At least look like cool. Yes, I get Luton are coming up and going down and doing the same thing, but at least Luton put up some fight, man.
Yeah,
Luton won some fans this season.
Yeah,
like, seriously, they've been.
I expect them not to do. I expect them not to do nothing and just not be very productive, but they have been. Like they put up fucking. They've done
especially against the big boys as well. You know,
Games,
the top
like,
six and that they've only lost like, you know, sometimes they've gone up a goal up and then they've only like conceded and then they've like lost the game by a goal. Something
yeah,
like majority of them. So, you know, it's amazing, and you know the team's worth a fraction of what these teams are worth and what they spend. So yeah, man, big up Luton anyway, man. Commiserations that they're going down. But yeah, I think a boring game between Burnley and Forest. I'm just gonna go for a draw, something like 2-2 or something like that.
yeah. I think it's not gonna be. It's not gonna do any. It's not gonna be on anything good.
Mm. An interesting game next though. I think will be a good one. Will be Chelsea at home to Bournemouth.
I see that as a Chelsea win. See about 3-1, another 3-1, I reckon.
Okay,
Look
okay.
like Chelsea on a bit of a scoring spree at the minute.
They are. They are. They have found some form these last 3-4. Well, these last games. Since obviously the battering they took from Arsenal. Get that one in there one more time. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a Chelsea win. Even though Bournemouth have been quite good this season, I think they're currently sitting 11th. Solanke's been amazing.
Yeah,
He's been really
it's
good for
been
them.
on bits.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Bournemouth has they've done a lot better than I expected in Bournemouth to do. To be fair, I thought Bournemouth would be like further down. You know, like
Nah,
15th,
I kind of
16th.
like expected to be like Bournemouth where they've always been in the last few seasons, but I just think obviously like a lot of a lot of what they're going through at the minute. Like I think they've not really added a lot, so they're kind of grown together as a team. And obviously Solanke's kind of just pulled his socks up and like
Yeah,
and hit a bit of like hitting potential basically, if that makes sense.
yeah. I agree. I agree. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Chelsea win against Bournemouth. I'm gonna go for 2-0, 2-0 Chelsea. And next game, an interesting one. I think it'd be a good matchup between Crystal Palace and Aston Villa.
Crystal Palace and Aston Villa. I can kind of see that being about 2-2. To be fair,
Yeah, they're both in good form. Crystal Palace obviously aren't really playing for anything. They currently sit 12th, but if they win, they could jump up to like 9th or 10th place, to be fair.
yeah,
But
but
Villa have obviously got a lot more on the line and are the
not
better
really. I
team.
think Villa are fine now. They've qualified for Europe.
Yeah. But I mean,
They're
I suppose so. Yeah, I suppose they
like
could take the foot off the gas, but I don't think Emery will allow them to do that.
I
So
don't
I
know.
expect
He
him.
might do. I might do. I just don't feel. I just don't feel. I think for me, it's more of a Crystal Palace game. I think a lot of players. I think Elise will be vexed because obviously he didn't get chosen for the French team for the Euros,
Mm,
and obviously Eze's got a lot to prove still. Like he wants, like he's had a decent season, and I still think I think still he's been overlooked, and
yeah,
uh, and I think it want to prove a point.
yeah, definitely. Do you know what? I'm gonna go for a Palace upset
We,
because I think like Villa might take the foot off the gas, and you know it's a difficult matchup. To be fair, it's a difficult
yeah,
matchup.
it's a
To
difficult
be on the safe side, I'm just gonna go for a draw. When
matchup.
in doubt, just go for a draw.
I'm
But I
gonna.
think there will be goals. I do feel
Yeah,
there
so
will be
like
goals.
I said, I went for 2-2. I'm going to stick with 2-2. To be fair,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with 2-2 as well on that one. The next game is between Liverpool and the Wolves. Uh, yeah, man, Liverpool. I don't even know where to
Liverpool.
begin with them.
I think I think it's going to be like a 3-1 Liverpool win. I think it will like probably might 4-1. End of the day, it's Klopp's last game.
Yeah.
It's Klopp's
Yeah,
last
man.
game.
I mean, as much as I don't like Liverpool, I don't mind Klopp. But I do feel like they have been the bottlers this season. I don't care what anyone says.
Who, Liverpool? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
feel
to
like
be
they have
fair,
bottled an awful lot this season, but
I
I
don't,
do hope they do win this game, and Klopp can get at least a good send off in terms of the last game. At least I think he deserves that much.
to be fair, I think with Liverpool is you didn't expect them to be where they are this season. Let's be honest. Like, I think the side's not what it used to be. It's not like when it had sort of like Mane, Salah,
It's a
Firmino.
very new midfield as well. It's a
Yeah,
very new
it's new
midfield as well.
midfield. It's like, and I think still you're still kind of on the fence of like Endo and Sabitzer. Was not Sabitzer. Slabalai. You just don't know what category you're going to put them in. Obviously,
Yeah,
like Harvey Elliott's had a pretty decent season for younger.
yeah. McAllister's
Trent
had a good season.
Palace had a decent. He's gone under the radar, and I
Yeah,
think as well, um, like Trent's got a bit better defensively, not massively, but
yeah.
he's improved in that sense.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, man. I think Liverpool, they have to win this. Yeah,
I
man.
don't think they have to. I don't think they have to win it. It's nothing. They've got nothing else to play for, to be fair. But I think it would be nice for them to win it for
Yeah,
before leaving
yeah.
it.
I mean, maybe my choice of words were they don't have to win it, but I feel they should win it.
Yeah,
They should win it for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a quick 3-1 to Liverpool. And then we've got Luton and Fulham.
for
So yeah, it's going to be obviously the Hatters' last game in the Prem. Obviously, they've been relegated as well. They're going up against a Fulham side has been a bit hit and miss this season. To be fair,
yeah, I
I'm
think
hoping Luton get a win. I'm going to go for a Luton to fucking win.
I'm going to go Fulham. I'm going to go Fulham 2-1.
I'm going to go Luton to win 1-0. 1-0 to the Hatters. And then the last two games are between Manchester City and West Ham. We all know what's on the line here. How's it going to pan out? I only see one scenario, and that's Man City absolutely thumping West Ham.
I kind of got it the other way around. I kind of see like West Ham getting some early goals.
I feel like you're gaslighting me here, bro. Don't do that to me, man.
What did I say about the Aston Villa Arsenal game? And no one wants to believe me before. I've made a number of predictions and like no one's wanted to believe me, and they've come out. I just feel like I feel like West Ham will score early.
I hope you're right. This is one decision, one prediction. I hope you're right. I hope West Ham go there and do something, get a point, get 3 points. If they can, amazing. I just don't see Man City last game of the season challenging for the title. It's their bread and butter, bro. This is, you know what I mean? Like, Man City don't lose games in May. Like, it's very hard. It's a very big ask for West Ham. Unless we go and learn back.
I don't think it's going to be an ask for West Ham. I think it's going to be more of a case of Man City making mistakes and being nervous and fumbling the ball. I think if anything, it's going to come from silly mistakes, early mistakes, and then Man City just chasing the game after that.
Okay, cool. So what we're saying, Mohamed Kudus masterclass, yeah?
Oh yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going for. I'm gonna go for like 2-1, either 2-1, 2-1 West Ham or 2-2.
Ooh. I mean, they are the predictions that I want, but my prediction is going to be 3-0 City. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope and pray I'm wrong. And moving on to the very last game of the season, that's going to wrap up the 23-24 season, is between relegated Sheffield United and the Bottlers Spurs.
I just think it's just. I think it's going to be a boring game. To be fair, I think it's going to be anything. It's going to be like 1-0. It's either going to be 1-1 or 4-0.
Yeah, it's got that sort of vibe in it. It's got that sort of energy about it. It could be a boring 1-0, but then Spurs could go there and just quickly beat them 4-0 as well. So I'm going to go for the lesser of the two, and I'm just going to say a 1-0 victory to Spurs against Sheffield United. So that concludes our score predictions. That concludes the Premier League this season. This has been the first episode of Stay on Your Feet podcast. Make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing, and looking out for weekly episodes. We've got transfer windows coming up. We've got Euros coming up. We've got a few games coming up, and also we're going to have the Click 45 boys, the Foot Now guys, and anyone else that wants to get involved will be involved in the future. So make sure you guys are staying in tuned. I've been Mr. Browne. He's been Delvin. We've been the Stay of the Feet podcast. Until next time, peace and love.
Laters.
Laters, man.